Hi you guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm doing a long overdue second trimester experience, what I went through, how I was feeling, things like that. I will leave my first trimester experience in the cards as well as at the end screen if you want to check it out. I guess without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so I have some notes right here, and then I also have notes on my phone. Like I said, it's been long overdue. I'm sorry, because I'm 35 weeks as of yesterday. Next week I go to my 36-week doctor appointment, and that week they'll tell me if I'm actually going to be induced or not pretty soon. They did tell me at my last few appointments that he is measuring a little bit big. This upcoming appointment, they're gonna do an ultrasound and give me an estimate of basically what he weighs. And then they're also doing like a vagina swab, but I will be 36 weeks that week. That's what's going on right now. I don't know when I'll be doing my third trimester video. I kind of have a feeling it's going to be after he's born sometime. How soon, I have no idea, because like I'm on and off about filming it before he's born, but I don't know, because I plan on also doing like my birth experience, my son's birth experience, you know, how my labor went, things like that, what happened. So I plan on filming that obviously after he's born sometime, but I'm still on the fence about if I should film the third trimester before or after he's born. I'm not sure yet. Today I actually filmed this makeup and hair tutorial. It was to get ready with me for my baby shower, and then right after that I filmed what we got at our baby shower, so that'll be up soon. But anyway, I keep rambling. So we'll go ahead and get into the second trimester. Whenever I wrote this, I put that I was 18 weeks at this point, kind of early on into my second trimester, because I think the second one starts at like 13 weeks, something like that. About 5 weeks into my second trimester is when I wrote this. The first point is tired a lot. So compared to the first trimester anyway, again, I'll leave that in the cards if you want to check it out. But my first trimester, I was super tired, like extreme exhaustion. But for my second trimester, I was nowhere near as tired. I was tired a lot, but it wasn't like it was for the first trimester. I still had shortness of breath, which is my second point. In my first trimester, again, I had extreme shortness of breath. Like right before I found out I was pregnant, it was worrying me to the point to where I thought I was gonna have to go to the doctor and figure out what was going on. Anything that I talk about throughout this video, you know, what was told for me as far as being okay, don't apply that to you. Make sure you talk to your doctor about everything. I feel like I can't stress that enough. So sad to say that that hasn't let up any. I think it's kind of getting worse now. In my first trimester it was pretty bad. My second trimester I still had it. As far as how bad it was, I want to say it might have been about the same. If it got any better, it wasn't like a huge difference, but I still have it in my third, and I think for my third trimester it's been getting worse. Anyway, still haven't, at least in my second trimester, I had not been sick. I was not sick in my first trimester. And knock on wood, wherever wood is right now, I have not been sick at all. No morning sickness, daytime or nighttime sickness, thank goodness, which I'm really happy about. I'm not going to complain. In your second trimester, at least for me, I did start to become a little bit more hungry. I wasn't eating too much more than what I was in my first trimester and before I got pregnant, but I just noticed I felt hungrier more often, especially now I can eat everything. I feel like literally all day, every day. But yeah, my second trimester, throughout all that, I did notice I did get a little bit more hungry. Cravings, I honestly didn't have really any cravings. I didn't have cravings really my first trimester. My second trimester has been the same. If I did crave anything like to eat just out of random, which honestly wasn't much at all, maybe a handful of times throughout my first trimester. Same thing with my second. It was sushi, and obviously it was cooked, it was deep fried. I'm not eating raw fish or anything, but yeah, it was stuff like that, like just sushi or like seafood maybe. I know this trimester I have craved a little bit crab legs, but again, it's like, it's not I have to have it every day all day. It's just like random, like once in a while I'll just get a taste for it, you know. Honestly, it was kind of like it was before I got pregnant, so no real cravings or anything. At 18 weeks I still hadn't felt the baby move yet. There was a time where I think it was him. I was sleeping in my bed, and I think I was laying on my left side. This is my left side. I think I was laying on my left side, and I felt just like little twitches, and it wasn't very much. I feel him so much now. It's crazy. He moves so much, and it's definitely a different feeling. I will say that. Like, it's, I don't know. Like, if you've never been pregnant, or this is your first time being pregnant, and you're starting to feel your baby move, it's just like, it's just different. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's something I've never felt before. It's just weird thinking like there's a human inside me. I don't know. But anyway, we're moving on. Comparing to my first trimester, I had some weird dreams, you guys. I had pregnancy dreams. Are crazy. They're weird. There's something else. Yeah, I don't know. I think my first trimester was definitely the hardest, comparing it to what it is now, and what I went through my second. I think that trimester was the hardest trimester for me. Anyway, but yeah, not as many weird dreams the second trimester. Little to none this trimester, I will say, so that's pretty good. Acne. So my acne during the second trimester, I feel like it started to flare up more my second trimester. Obviously my first, right before I found out I was pregnant, I was on doxycycline, Fabuorphone, and some face and body wash. Obviously I had to get off of those, at least 2 of them, the Fabuorphone and doxycycline, once I found out I was pregnant, but they were helping with my acne that I had prior to pregnancy. Once I got off of it, my first trimester wasn't too bad as far as acne. I did start breaking out more on my chest and back before my face, but my second trimester it started flaring up more. I put here that the sun has helped, or it had helped at the time a little bit. Now, like, nothing's really doing it for my acne at all, which sucks, but we're almost done. We're over halfway there now till he's about to be here, but it really sucked, and it was, especially now, it's been a big insecure of mine. Big insecurity, is that correct? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, my second trimester, it did start to get worse towards the end. I do remember it's almost as bad as it was now. Not quite yet, but there's only so much you can do while you're pregnant. I did go back to a dermatologist. He did put me on amoxicillin, and he also put me on, it wasn't as harsh as Fabuorphone, but it was a foam. I didn't notice a difference with that. Amoxicillin, I really didn't notice a difference, and now I'm finishing up a tube of gel. I don't know what the name of it is. It's like an off-brand version to the one they actually prescribed for me, but my insurance didn't cover it, and I was not going to pay amount of money for the gel. So we went with an off-brand, and with that too, I'm not really seeing a difference. And again, being pregnant, there's only so much you can do. So after I have baby, and depending on how breastfeeding and pumping go, I do plan to get back on something stronger once he's not eating my breast milk. Okay, another point I put was upset stomach. So I was more gassy, I will say, throughout my second trimester. I'm still gassy throughout my third, but I did notice, like, TMI, I guess we're a little too late for that, but TMI, I had diarrhea more in my second trimester. I would eat stuff and it wouldn't sit well with my stomach. I haven't thrown up at all, period. The whole time being pregnant, I have not thrown up once, but I have had, I feel like, more diarrhea in my pregnancy throughout my 8 months of being pregnant than I have prior to being pregnant. Yeah, that wasn't really fun. I still kind of get it here and there now in my third trimester, but it's not like my second. But I put down that I do more often. I had an upset stomach more. Next, I put taking prenatal gummies now. So in my first trimester, I had these like horse pill hard gummies that I could not stand. The taste was bad, and I just don't like swallowing big pills because I can literally feel them just sitting in my stomach. I know that sounds crazy, but I can feel them, and it gives me an upset stomach. It makes me want to throw up. No, I haven't thrown up again, but like, I can feel the saliva coming up. Like, it's just, ugh. It's gross. Once I finished those pills, I swapped over to Prenatal Gummies. Now those, I will say, didn't have as many things as far as like ingredients or whatever as the pills did. They did not have iron. They didn't have something else. And at first I didn't realize that iron was a big deal until I took my glucose test, which was towards the end of my second trimester. I don't remember if it was like week 25 or 26 or something like that. We did schedule mine early that morning, so like literally as soon as the clinic opened, I was there just to get it over with. If I had failed that one, I would have had to go back another date and stay there for 3 hours, I think it is. And if I failed that one, I would have had to go back at a later date and be there for like 6 hours. I did pass my glucose test. I believe I had the orange flavor. I was told that the other flavors were bad, but then whenever I got there and I took the orange, they were saying that the orange one they thought was the worst. So I don't know, to each their own. The orange one wasn't really bad to me. It was super sweet. It was cold, but every time I swallowed it, it felt like this itchiness. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It just felt scratchy, itchy every time I would swallow it. But other than that, like, the taste wasn't bad. I did pass my glucose test. The doctor did tell me that I could eat something that morning, because I've been told by different people that you're not supposed to eat. I think I had a hard-boiled egg, a tangerine, like 2 pieces of bacon, and I think I had water. They said that, you know, that was fine. Obviously don't go in having a big cinnamon roll and French vanilla coffee or a big old thing of pancakes with syrup before you go in, because you will fail. But they told me I could have like what I just had, so I did pass. But they did tell me that my iron was low. They asked me about my prenatals, what I was taking, and because I was taking the gummies at the time that I was taking, I did have to buy some prenatal iron pills, and that's what I was taking, like along with my prenatal gummies. I'm no longer taking them anymore because the prenatal gummies I have now do have iron in them, but they're nasty. They're very nasty. I think I went this time with some vegetarian gummies or something like that. They're so nasty, you guys, but they have everything pretty much I need in them. And it does have the iron, so I quit taking the iron pills I had before, but they're so gross. When I got my glucose done, they told me that my blood type was O negative, so that's a more rare blood type. So with that being said, I had to get a Rogaine shot at one of my, I think I had to get it at my 30-week appointment. Yeah, I had to get it by 30 weeks, I believe. And I'll Google it just so I don't tell you wrong. Okay, getting a Rogaine shot is the best way to prevent any possible complications from RH incompatibility. It protects your baby's red blood cells from attack if her blood comes into contact with yours during labor and delivery, and helps prevent RH-related complications from happening in later pregnancies. Just the purpose of the Rogaine shot is to prevent problems that occur due to the baby's positive blood type. It helps prevent the body from developing RH antibodies. Antibodies are proteins that our immune system makes to fight against foreign substances. So it's basically to protect the baby, basically. I didn't know my blood type up until that point. Nobody ever told me. I didn't know it was really a concern. Again, I got my shot, and then I have to get another one right after I deliver. And it's in the butt, the hip, whatever. Nobody told me that. I thought I was going to get in the arm. Another shot I did have to get that I believe just about all pregnant women have to get is the tetanus shot. He's moving right now. You can't see. He's over here. As of April 14th, I had only gained 8 pounds. Now we are up to, I think as of right now, I'm up to 20 pounds. My OBGYN or doctor, whatever, which I'm doing rotating, like I'm rotating right now in the clinic, so I don't have a specific person that I've been seeing. As of April 14th, I was up 8 pounds from before I started or like found out I was pregnant. Now I'm up to 20. One of the doctors I had been seeing, they told me for my height and my pre-pregnancy weight, up to 30 pounds is healthy, is normal for me. I do have stretch marks on my belly now, all over my belly actually. They don't really bother me. It bothers me more on the back of my legs and stuff, because that's where I've also been getting them. My belly button is starting, it looks like it wants to poke out. I'm hoping it doesn't. So I'm afraid it won't go back in if it does. But yeah, in my second trimester, I had I started getting stretch marks like on my back a little bit, my lower back, like above my hips, above my butt area. That's where I was getting stretch marks. And then about mid to end of second trimester, I started actually getting stretch marks on my lower belly. They've came up a little bit, but again, like, that doesn't bother me, you know, it is what it is. So going on to my phone, I was way more emotional during my second trimester than I feel like I was, especially in my first, and I feel like what I am now. So my second trimester, like, my emotions were like this. I was just crying or getting upset over things just way more easily than I was pre-pregnancy, especially at the beginning of my first trimester. Yeah, I just found myself just having just a bunch of pity parties. Which I'm not gonna say I wasn't a crier and a pity partier before, but I did notice this trimester, or the second trimester, it was a lot more noticeable in my opinion. I do remember there was one instance where I was with a family friend and we were on our way to my mom's, and we found a kitten on the side of the road and we took him back to my house afterwards, and I didn't realize how attached I got to him until I gave him to my neighbor. He was only like 4 or 5 weeks when we found him. He weighed 0.6 pounds, 0.6, like not 6 pounds, but 0.6 pounds. So just the attention he deserved and needed, I wouldn't have been able to give him. So I'm really glad my neighbor took him. I was actually able to see him recently. He's so beautiful. He's, I don't know, just the cutest little thing. But yeah, we already have 4 fur babies. Baby on the way. Yeah, once I gave him to my neighbor, I cried for a week. I cried every single day for a week. I couldn't even watch the photos and videos of him on my phone without crying. It just felt like something died inside of me. Like, it was really hard. He was just so cute. I mean, I say was, like, he's passed. He's literally on the other side of my yard. I don't know, it just sucked. I wish I could have kept him, but again, it is, my husband was right, it would have been selfish, and yeah, he wouldn't have got the attention that he really needed. So, but anyway, he's doing good though. But yeah, like, that was an instance. I didn't realize how attached I got to him, and it just, I was so upset for a week. And honestly, I feel like if that had been prior to my pregnancy, I would have been upset, but it wouldn't have been like maybe a day or two, and then I would have been okay. But I guess because hormones and stuff during pregnancy just made it harder. So that was one of the instances I remember. Swelling. I was not really swelling. I didn't swell in my first trimester. I wasn't really swelling in my second trimester up until the end. It was just random. Like, if I'd been on my feet too long, if it was hot out, like if I was outside in the heat for a long period of time. Now it's just like literally all the time, it seems like. I talked about my glucose test, which I did pass. My glucose test was really good, other than my iron was low. It's doing a lot better now. My prenatals have that in them now, even though they're nasty. So one of my teeth right now, because baby sucks all your nutrients, all the stuff out of your body. He just absorbs everything, right? So one of my teeth, actually now it's 3. It's 3 of my teeth now. At the time though, one of my teeth, the nerve was exposed, right where the gum is. Now I have 3 of them. So after baby's born, eventually I have to make my way to the dentist and see what they can do. Yeah, baby's just sucking out all the life from me. That's my washer, by the way. There was one time while in my second trimester, it was towards the end, I did feel like I was gonna faint. I'd been mowing all day. I came in, I remember it could have been like heat exhaustion or something. I did tell my doctor about it, and she just said take it easy. I told her what I'd been doing that day. She was like, yeah, it could be due to, you know, heat exhaustion, you pushing yourself too hard, just take it easy. My blood pressure and everything was fine. So yeah, it was just that one time though. But anyway, I mowed, I came in, I started cooking my HelloFresh, and I just remember, my body just started feeling weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it just felt weird. And I was standing over there at the island, and I just remember I closed my eyes like this for a second, and then I just opened them. And when I opened them, my vision started like literally closing on itself, if that makes sense. it started fading black. And I just remember I went and sat down over there for about 10 minutes trying to just shake this weird feeling off. It was like shakiness, and like I just felt very anxious. I was shaky. I just was not feeling myself. I could tell something was off, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And honestly, I couldn't even really describe to you how I was feeling. I just knew it was off, like it wasn't right. And again, yeah, I sat down, and then after that, like the feeling would not go away. So I just went and laid down. I ended up, it was like 7:30 at that point. I think I ended up sleeping for about 2 hours. I woke up and I felt fine. It was kind of scary in the moment, obviously, but it hasn't happened since. One thing that has happened not too long after that was I started seeing floaters. Now, that did concern me to an extent, because I've always been told that seeing like floaters and stars and stuff in your vision isn't good. And I just had LASIK eye surgery in June of 2020. That was concerning to me too, but I went to my doctor. I told her about it, or the one I saw that day, because again, I'm rotating. She checked my blood pressure, because when I googled it, it said it could be due to your blood pressure. It was fine. She looked at my chart, and throughout my whole pregnancy, my blood pressure's been steady. It's been good. We both agreed that it'd be best for me to make an eye doctor appointment, and I went, and she didn't see anything as well. And they both said that, you know, obviously during pregnancy, your body does weird things. Sometimes, I guess, depending on how your pregnancy is going, with you expanding and growing your baby, again, it does weird things to your body, and one of those things could be putting pressure behind your eyes. And that could have been what had happened and why I started seeing floaters, because I still see them now. At first it was like in front of me, like I can look at something and I'd see floaters. Like if I looked at the sky, a blank wall, I'd see them in front of me. Now it's more like my peripheral vision. We weren't comfortable dilating just because, again, I am pregnant, and it's just not something that they recommend while you're pregnant. Once he's here, I make another eye doctor appointment, and she'll go and I'll be dilated, and we'll just make sure that, you know, everything was looking good inside. But from what she could tell, again, nothing was wrong. Like she couldn't see anything internally, at least from her end. The last thing I put was he has hiccups. So yeah, with that being said, I feel him so much. He moves so much now. He's very active. He's moving now. You can't see it, but yeah, he's just all over the place. He's tossing and turning. I've caught him a few times with the hiccups. It is so cute. I was actually able to show my husband the other day. He didn't believe me at first. Whenever I first told him, he was just like, no, there's no way you could feel that. There's no way you can tell that. But yeah, we were out eating, and he started getting them. And I tapped my husband. I was like, look. And my belly was just like doing that. Like just consistently. And whenever he does have the hiccups, I definitely feel it on my bladder. I guess just the way he's laying, it's, I don't know, it's just so cute. And we were both excited. We can't wait to meet him. The last appointment I went to, it was like the last 3, they each made comments that he was measuring big. This upcoming week, which I believe my appointment's the 19th, I think that's Thursday, I don't know. Yeah, when I'm filming this, it is August 12th. So yeah, by the time I go for my 36-week appointment, they'll be able to tell me if we'll be induced or not. So we'll see what happens there. It's getting close, and there's still a lot to do here. It's like annoying at this point. I think that is it, you guys. Pretty much touched base, I think, on everything that I needed to, or at least what I wrote down. If there's anything else, I guess I'll just tell you guys for the 3rd trimester video. So this is my belly. We are big. He's growing so fast. Just look at him. And yeah. My belly button, I don't know if you can tell, but it wants to poke out. Yeah, it wants to start poking out. And somebody was trying to like do that thing where you lift the belly, but my belly's still sitting kind of high. Like he's not like just super low yet. Whenever that was tried on me, like I felt no difference. And thank you guys so much for watching this long overdue video. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. That helped me out so much. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget to follow me on my social medias at KFrancis24 on Instagram and Twitter. I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.